Anybody there? Nobody's there. Guess we haven't been there for very long. Have a spot right here. Maybe fold up this blanket. Maybe just shove it to the side. Oh, how's our coffee doing? Coffee's doing pretty well. Oh. Oh. Good morning. Sunday morning. Hello, Audrey. Woke up about 5:15. I knew I wanted to get a little more sleep, so I kind of laid there and listened to the melodic YouTube audios that I listened to in my headset. And I was drifting back off to sleep. The reason I know I was sleeping is I started dreaming that I was inquiring about joining the Army. And I was asking somebody with some experience how much time, if you join the Army, how much time are you committing to the Army? And the person in the dream said, well, it's 2 years unless you're over 40 or 45, and then it's just 20 months. And I was going, wow, I bet if I joined the Army, served for 20 months, got trained in nuclear submarines or something like that, and granted, nuclear submarines probably aren't connected to the Army really, but this was a dream, remember? I bet I would come out of that and my resume would really look good. Stockbroker, realtor, waited tables at Yellowstone, and then went into building nuclear submarines for the Army for 20 months. I'll hire him. Good morning, David. Good morning, Narinder. I think Julie tuned in. Good morning to you. And I already said hi to Audrey. But then very soon, my earbuds said, please charge, which woke me up from my dream of being a nuclear submarine designer for the Army and having an awesome, awesome resume. So now, if I were to open up my computer, put together my resume, it'd look the same minus the nuclear submarine part. That was really the spot that jumped out at me the most as I, from my dream, thought of my resume. Wow, stockbroker must have been cool. Realtor, well, I've always kind of been into selling real estate. That seems fun. Bet they make a lot of money. Bet Yellowstone was cool. And wow, he also did nuclear submarines. That guy's awesome. And they'd be right. Although I never did nuclear submarines. That was just a dream. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Jack. And good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is my candle's getting very... I think I'm just cheap when it comes to candles. I like to get candles on sale. And you can go and... like January is a great time. Maybe even late December is a great time to buy like candles because you can load up on holiday season candles. Evergreen scent, which I love. Cinnamon. So you gotta buy candles off season, because to me, in my apartment, I don't really care. I don't generally have candles matching the season, and I don't concern. I just kind of like the flicker of fire that it is, and the random scents. Look at that glow through this glass. Speaking of nuclear submarines, it looks like we have some sort of nuclear reaction going on inside this Lavender Dreams candle. Yeah, so that's prevented me from buying more ones. That they weren't on good enough sale when I went shopping for them the other day. So anyway, as I was saying, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Sunday morning. I think it's November 16th. Could it be November 16th? It could be. I don't even know where this year went. I still didn't even know it was 2024. But either way, yes, I believe it's November 16th. It is 6:49 a.m. Happy Sunday. If any of you are wondering, is that a little flick of facial hair on Ken's face? You'd be wondering correctly, because it is. Yeah, this little show I've been doing for quite some time. And this is a show about me talk and kind of sharing some feelings, kind of sharing a little bit about the journey of one man's life as he travels through it. But for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. You know it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I just brewed up a nice hot pot of coffee over here. Deciding which cup I want to use. Let's see. We're going to use Opal. We're going to use Opal today. I have a nice hot pot of coffee. And we'll sit down on the couch. We'll sit on the couch. Once I get situated, I'm going to be pretty excited to have my first sip. Oh, kind of dangerous. I love my futon, but I mean, I tell you, sometimes I'd like a big, soft, squishy couch too. But for a one-bedroom apartment, I forget who was in on the decision making several months ago when I bought this futon. You guys were right, this is perfect. I think I always wanted like the forever couch for me. You know, a big old section. Sorry, it's a little chilly in here. The candle is fake. Or excuse me, the candle is real, the fireplace is fake. It's not kicking out any heat. I look like a little old lady, a spinster. This is me with yarn, making a sweater. Yeah, I got a lot of conversations started. Talking about my futon, talking about knitting up a sweater. And I forgot that I'm supposed to be talking about my coffee. Sarah asked, have I ever thought of opening up a coffee shop? Or Saran. Saran, can I mock you just a little bit? Well, it's not the first time somebody's mentioned I should have a coffee shop. So I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I've thought of opening up a coffee shop. But just because I do a show called Coffee with Ken doesn't mean I want to go into the restaurant business that is a coffee shop with little bakery goodies and things like that. I think it sounds fun and it would look good. But yeah, I don't want to open up a retail spot at all. Or even sell coffee, or maybe even sell anything. Maybe I don't want to sell a darn thing. Maybe I don't want to worry about money or my goal, and it seems crazy, is to kind of help fix the world and make the world a better, smilier, happier place. And just assume by doing that, bills will magically be taken care of and money concerns will go away. It hasn't always worked out so perfectly. But God's timing is different than our timing. Don't get me started talking about God. I've been reading the Holy Bible. I'm looking forward to continuing to read because I have more questions from reading the Bible now that I've read almost the first 3 books of the Old Testament than I did before I started. In my mind, the person that's done the biggest transformation throughout the Bible, and granted, I'm only 3 books in, I'm about 10% of the way done, is God. God seems angry and kind of cruel. He wipes out whole peoples. Most of his communication is between him and the Moses or whatever and the Hebrews, but there's people out there outside of that he's not taken very good care of. Seems a little strange to me. But anyway, before I dive too far into that, I got a nice hot cup of coffee, and I am excited to take my first sip. And my hope on this Sunday morning is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh, that's nice. It's the pumpkin spice. Cheers, Julie. Cheers. It is the pumpkin spice coffee, and I think it's brewed to perfection. It really is. Let me have another sip. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. If I haven't tried South Indian filter coffee, you must catch the next flight. It's unbeatable. South Indian. Somebody said 63 more books of the Bible to read. Is that how many it is? Good morning, Rebecca. Benjamin subscribed. Am I an Iraq war soldier? No. No, I'm not. I rarely go back and will read your comments, especially when you say, read my comments, please. I kind of understand where you're coming from. Okay, Saren says, actually God chose Hebrews because they descended from Adam, the first man. He used them to teach the Gentiles. Didn't we all descend from Adam? Didn't the Egyptians descend from Adam? You said Adam's the first man. I thought we all descended from Adam, not just the Hebrews. Mick Mars. Are you a Motley Crue fan, Mick? You're not only a Motley Crue fan, you're the guitarist from Motley Crue. All right, we did all descend from Adam, yeah. And I've heard that the Hebrews, and I don't, believe me, and maybe this is the point. Maybe this is the point. But the Egyptian practices were pagan, and they did child sacrifices. Did they do child sacrifices? From what? Okay. From what? Okay, well, yeah, okay, because that's why Moses was put on the boat, the little thing in the first place, the raft. I mean, there were sacrifices going on. They were butchering bulls and ox and rams and goats left and right, the Hebrews, and they were throwing blood around at altars. And granted, that's not a human sacrifice, but it's still kind of yucky. And I think despite I kind of bitch and moan a little bit about the Old Testament, because honestly, I don't find it particularly inspirational. And now I see why people would say, oh, just skip the Old Testament, go right to the New Testament. But I think reading the Old Testament might have a purpose for me, although I don't know what that purpose is at this point, because it's making me question more things, and maybe questioning's a good thing, and that's why I kind of do it openly. I actually did a funny video. I thought it was very funny about how we should freshen up the Old Testament. God destroyed other people because they sacrificed. Billie Jean's. Let's see. Let's see. Hello, sweet Flynn. I am well. Somebody says they think I'll enjoy reading 1 and 2 Kings. I don't know what that means. Are those books from the Bible? Are we talking too much about the Bible and not enough about the coffee? Can you talk too much about the Bible? Do you want to talk about my lamp? My fireplace, the weather outside. Somebody said they thought I was from the Britain because it's cloudy. I think it's not cloudy. I think it's going to be a nice sunny morning. So I'm not from Britain. Hebrew is the special people from God. Okay, let's go into that. Why does God have special people and less special people? I may need my small gong. But I look British. Well, my mother grew up in Scotland. All right, Narinder's talking about how beautiful the sunrise will be. So we might as well go to the table. I'll be back. Get my water. Leave my blanket. What I do for you guys is just amazing how much I give of myself. I'm leaving my cuddly, cozy, warm Bears blanket so I can show the sunrise. And because my gong's over here. Well, I don't know, that's a little too bright. You can't have the brightness right behind you. We'll just have to imagine what the sunrise is like this. But now, oh, look at my coffee's all the way over there. Don't you worry, coffee. You can come to me. Y'all know where he is from. I am from Wisconsin. Moo-way. Somebody says the Bible is a hoax. Do you have the best sunrises in Texas? I don't know if that's true. I think our sunrises are all fairly equivalent. I've seen beautiful sunrises and sunsets. Kind of depends on the time of the year and the angle of the sun. I think right about now we get gorgeous, gorgeous sunsets. In the north. Is a bear's blanket, is it legal in Wisconsin? Let me see, hold on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's not only legal, it's preferred here in Wisconsin. What is the coffee of the day? I did not grind it. I've gotten a little lazy and I'm using the pre-ground pumpkin spice coffee from Starbucks. Oh, Julie Flanagan. Don't worry, folks. If anybody's causing trouble, especially you Packer fans. Actually, I had a viewer buy me this gong, and I think it was specifically to silence Packer fans that were getting out of line. God promised Jacob that he would bless and make his descendants as numerous as grains of sand on the earth. I remember something like that. That is why God chose Hebrews, because they descended from Jacob. But again, that doesn't really answer why God chose Jacob. I mean, you're just telling me, that doesn't really answer that much. Oh, this gong can do a heck of a lot of damage. This gong is one of the most damaging gongs that there have ever been. It could put a heck of a lot of hurt on the viewer. So be wary, be wary. We can against God created Hebrew people to be a special people. I don't like the thought of God creating certain people to be special people. I mean, I guess the Bible or God or you all might not care whether I like that God created certain people to be super special. And I'm the one that's reading 2 chapters a night. To think humans could override God's will like that is pathetic. Jesus loves everyone. See, that's kind of where I'm at. That is kind of where I'm at about Jesus loving everyone. And turning the other cheek, and if the Romans ask you to carry their bags a mile, carry them 2 miles. But in the Old Testament, it's all about all these burnt offerings for the Lord. It'll be a pleasing aroma to the Lord. I just can't imagine the God that I know and that I have a personal relationship with in the last few years demanded that they throw bull's blood against an altar and put it on an earlobe and a toe. Muhammad from Virginia loves Jesus. Well, I've heard that Muhammad might be one of the most common names in the world. Is that true? I don't know. Somebody suggests John Connor for president. When you suggest John Connor, are you saying that John Connor in Terminator, that you want him to be president? I assume that you are. The timing would be right. The Old Testament animal sacrifices were a shadow of Jesus' sacrifice on the New Testament. I don't know. I appreciate the answer. Does anyone out there feel sorry for me that I'm trying to read a comment and then all of a sudden it's gone, and then I'm reading another and then it's gone? Do you know what I mean? We're gonna, and again, we've decided, Eric, look, you're welcome here, but you can't just spew craziness constantly on my show every day. You can spew a little craziness, but you spew like 4 comments of craziness every day, constantly on my show, and it just kind of keeps going like this. And I'm even trying to read your craziness, Eric. But it comes so fast I can't keep up, and I certainly can't read other people's comments. So Eric, I'm only putting you in timeout because you're a bad boy. But you're not permanently removed because I don't mind your craziness. Forgiveness requires bloodshed, and that is why Old Testament, you can see sheep and bulls sacrificed, but Jesus carried all the sins of mankind. So there is no need for sacrifice anymore. All right. Well, what about all this stuff about I mean, the chapters about unclean emissions from man. And the amazing coverage of lepers. Oh. So the without blemish sheep and lambs foreshadowed Jesus, the perfect lamb. Oh. Huh. How interesting. But yeah. I like to, Saren's now predicting the questions I may ask, only because he's got a ready answer. He's got a ready answer. So he's guessing what questions I'm going to ask to fit his ready answer. Wait. Hold on here. Ken, dude, so I just want to send you a couple jewels to be funny. You are going to send the Gigi jewel, but there is no option for sending you the jewels. You know what I'm talking about, right? No, I don't know what you're talking about at all. You're gonna send me a Gigi jewel? I don't even know what that means. I mean, I like the idea of getting jewels. Do you need my address? Will they be very valuable? I'd be somewhat hesitant to give out my address on this YouTube show. Said you said the same thing a few times. It's sort of interesting, but it's a big thing you're saying, and you've said it several times. Wow, we got it. It's a YouTube thing, like an emoji. Okay. But, okay, well then why don't you send me, why can't you send me my Gigi jewel? Don't tell me you're gonna send me a Gigi jewel and then not send me a Gigi jewel. No, there's no cinnamon in this coffee. And I haven't been putting cinnamon in my coffee lately. The button for it is right next to the super chat button, but the button is not there. Okay, so it might be some setting. It might be some setting. That I don't have it set for. So there must be a setting on YouTube that says they can send me jewels. Notice, sending me a super chat is very easy to do. If you got like fat fingers, you could want to send me some little emoji jewel, a Gigi jewel, but you might accidentally send me $1,000 via Super Chat. There are no accidents. There are absolutely no accidents. Does drinking coffee help to cure smoker lungs? I wouldn't think so. I used to smoke cigarettes for 1.5 years. Yeah, no, I don't think it helped cure smokers' lungs at all. Don't go to the grocery store that only takes Discover. I'm telling you, I don't know if that story was long enough, but I had to go, and there were people waiting behind and take things out of my bag and get them credited to my account. It was quite inconvenient. I felt silly. I mean, it all worked out, but then I went to a different grocery store and got the things that I just took out of the bag. Have I ever drank Death Wish coffee? Yes. The Jules Got Your Channel put into contest for money, and we pay to send to you the jewels, and you get money from them. Okay, well, I don't know how to fix that, Nicole Barbie, right now. I don't know how you can send me jewels on my channel. I wasn't familiar with that as an option, but I appreciate your desire to send me GG Jewels. I'd never heard of them. I don't really understand this whole social media thing that well. I just have a nice voice, and I wake up and I drink coffee, and that's why I'm here. You know, I've looked for jobs, and they talk about like content creator or social media expert, and I apply because I got a show, and I have like 75,000 people watching me on all my channels, which is probably more than most people. But it's not like I know all about SEO or hashtags or GG Jewels or those sort of things. I just have a nice voice, and I'm crazy enough to wake up and drink some coffee with you every morning. Hey, when Jesus said, "This is my Father's house," he was talking literally. Herod the Great held the actual deed. Only deeds hold up in a court of law. Well, I appreciate the $5 you sent me, and notice your comment got read. I mean, I try and read all the comments, but this one's a huge green comment with a $5 attached to it. It's a CA $5. I'm not sure what that means, but it's appreciated just the same. Thank you very much for giving us that. Is that the Herod the Great that beheaded John the Baptist? Is that the same Herod? Saren said bodily fluids could spread disease. But you know, okay, I figured there was some connection to medicine. And I'm not saying we should throw out the Old Testament necessarily, but you could understand why a virginal viewer, reader like me, who gets caught in the quagmire of how to treat leprosy, is wondering, what the heck am I reading about? If there's a white hair in it, throw him back in the tent for 7 days. If it's a yellow hair, he's unclean. You know what I mean? I'm just reading this and I'm going, hey, where's Jesus in all this? Where's Jesus? I've always gone to a Christian church. This pre-Jesus stuff with all their leprosy and they're unclean and they're throwing blood. It's kind of strange to me. Herod the Great was Caesar's war buddy. Okay, but there was a Herod that beheaded John the Baptist, is that correct? Oh, you're saying John the Baptist. Yeah, but he beheaded him. Good morning. How are you? We're having a deep Bible dig. Old Testament was ritual based, so all those things you mentioned affect ritual purity and sanctity of God's temple. But to me, the whole concept of ritual purity and sanctity of God's temple, and maybe because it's raised, I was raised Christian without really even knowing it. And kind of, I think the gist of the Christian faith is that everything's okay. Old Testament has many cool stories that we can learn from. I wonder how many of you guys have actually read the Old Testament. You know, I think we got a lot of people citing Old Testament, but I'm wondering if they've actually dug in like I have and sat through there and read about boils for hours and what to do with lepers. Who knows says they've read the Old Testament? I'm betting you've read the Cliff Notes. But I'm going to keep reading. I am going to keep reading. I'm getting a little more coffee before I keep reading, and I'm not going to read till tonight. But I will read tonight. Stay tuned for anybody out there that is passionate about the Old Testament as I subscribe. Because it's going to be a great one tonight. Oh, yeah. Oh, go Bears. Who did the Bears play today? Stevie K official. Hey, how's it going, Stevie K? It's going real well today. We're doing a deep dive into Bible talk. I'm wearing my Bears blanket for multiple reasons. Somebody says I'm going to be a cult leader. Maybe so. Germanicus wrote the Old Testament. Let's see how well you read Numbers 1 and 2 Chronicles when you get to the pages of names. Oh, that sounds horrible. If I focus on my goal, I don't know what that means. And it came to pass the cool of the day that Ken did partake of coffee. You're going to watch the game. When is it? I don't know. When's the Bears game? I don't read the real Bible. I don't know if I do or not read the real Bible. I'm just reading the Bible that my daughters bought me for Father's Day. It was very sweet. It sat right over there for the longest time. Now it is getting used. Oh yes. Are you using your Bible? My gong has no dust on it. It has not gone a day. It hasn't been used today. Because we're a very welcoming people. We're not the chosen people. We on Coffee with Ken. Somebody thinks they should get gonged just for calling me bald. Nah. I'd have to bong half of YouTube. Don't question and certainly don't touch another man's gong. I'm going to let my son, Augie and Eve. I mean, I don't know. It seems it's a little delicate for Augie. I have a 4.5-year-old son and a 3-year-old daughter. And I could see Eve maybe doing this and maybe Augie doing it like once. And then Augie will stare at it and be unsatisfied with the sound it makes and just go smack. And my little gong will go flying. And then Eric the Great will be safe. I don't want Eric the Great feeling safe. I actually do have a nice head, somebody said. Well, thank you. Have I read the Quran? No. No, I haven't read the Quran. Take it easy. I'm working through my third book of the Bible. I'm struggling with that. It's hard reading. Don't put too much on my plate. Reading the Bible and understanding how the Bible works are not the same. Hey, in Egypt, Jesus and Caligula studied under Caesarion, son of, hold on here, Cleopatra and Caesar. Are you? All right. Caesarion was killed. Caesarion was killed. Cleopatra killed herself. And some other Roman stepped in. Oh, what was the other Roman? Antony stepped in and started hanging with Cleopatra. I got a little bit of history to me on that. I did some Roman things. It's interesting because you're talking about Jesus studying with some dude, Caligula, together under Caesarion. I'm not sure that's true or not. I'm not sure that's true or not. But by the way, thank you for that other CA $5. You keep giving me these little history lessons and I keep scoring $4 a pop. This is a wonderful morning. Mark Antony was a red herring. Didn't Mark Antony marry Jennifer Lopez? Is that the same Mark Antony? Fun fact, almost 20 years of Jesus' life is completely unaccounted for. I mean, that's not shocking. He was out carpentrying, studying, things like that. What brand coffee? What a fun conversation. I don't even know if this is a good conversation at all. We tripped into the Bible talk right away, and we're doing a lot of Bible talk. Everyone needs to be using a historical approximation meter. Good morning, Rach. How are you today? Thank you, Rebecca, for saying that, because I'm not sure if this live is good or not. Oh, I don't just hit the gong for no reason. If you abuse the gong, it will take away its power. Somebody said they guess I have no curtains. No, I don't, but I have blinds, and they don't get used. I like the big windows. I come home, and I look outside and I go, wow, what beautiful windows. And to cover them up would just seem wrong. It's a little tough during the summer, but we're done with the summer. When the sun's blazing in here and it gets really warm in here. Makes my electric bills go up, but either way. But other than that, I love my big windows. Stevie K is eating salad for breakfast. That's interesting. Salad for breakfast. The quota lives on the 11th floor. It's -1 here, getting cold in Ontario. But don't you say it's -1. Don't you act like Celsius and Fahrenheit is the same. Because -1 is just about what it is here. That's like 31 degrees Fahrenheit. You're working on music all day in Bounty Tech. If you need some music for your YouTube, let me know. I'm currently working on some projects for some other YouTubers. Stevie K, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. By the way, somebody just said, holy crud, Bruce Willis. I'm walking out of the bathroom at a coffee shop, and I eyeballed the dude, I think on the way in, and said, wow, that guy looks like Richard Dreyfuss. I didn't say it, but that's what I thought. And I'm wearing my earbuds, because I am, and I'm walking out of the bathroom, and I hear the guy say, that guy looks like Bruce Willis, to his wife. And I turned to him and said, sir, you look like Richard Dreyfuss. And then we chatted about that for a little bit. And it was nice, because I wanted to tell him he looked like Richard Dreyfuss. But I decided I wouldn't until he told his wife that I looked like Bruce Willis, and that was a perfect opportunity for me to discuss it with him. He also was bald. He was wearing a baseball hat, though. That's all you really need to know about him. I mentioned a woman came up to me at the coffee shop the other day and tapped me on the foot and said, hey, haven't seen you in a while. I know where she works. Last night, Appleton had a big Christmas event downtown. It was kind of neat. It was super crowded, though. It would have been cool. I mean, it might have been a pain with strollers and stuff. There was a lot of strollers there, and it was packed. And I think there was a Santa was there, and Santa's, Mrs. Claus, I guess her name is, was there. And there was singing, and it was a really cool little neat event to take your kids. But all the bars were packed, and all the coffee shops were packed. And because I'm walking around, I decided I was too crowded to wait. I didn't like waiting in line for a coffee, and honestly, the Illinois football game wasn't on any of the TVs at any of the bars, so I skipped that as well. And I walked into where this woman works, and she was working and was very busy. And I thought about going up and saying, hey, but I didn't. So I left. Wow, you guys are subbing. By the way, we've flown through 9,800 subscribers. Yeah, we've flown through 9,800 subscribers. We're cutting through these hundreds like a hot knife through butter. Rebecca said, oh, just do it. She was busy. Even if I was really smooth and said something cool, she was busy. I would have ordered something. I'm not going to tell you where she works. But I had no desire to order what her business did last night. What's on the agenda today? Well, what is on the agenda today? I have a meeting here at 10 o'clock. I wish I could have moved it a little later so I could have gone to church. I thought about it. You know, we have two church services here in Appleton, Wisconsin that I go to. We got an 8:30 and a 10:30 church service. I have a guy coming here at 10 o'clock. And other than that, and because of that, I'm not working today. I got out of work today because I got a meeting today. But outside of that, I have absolutely nothing on the agenda. No, I know it's okay to skip church today. A lot of times my work schedule, though, will schedule. As a matter of fact, if I didn't have the meeting, I'd be at work and I wouldn't be able to go to church. So a lot of times I've been working Sunday mornings, and so I haven't been able to go to church because of that. And I do enjoy going, and it's my social life. Other than that, I'm just like a lurker at various stores, wondering if the woman's too busy to talk to me or not. Most of my social activity comes from going to church. What do I do for work? I should make some cookies, then if bro's coming over at 10, so he gets snacks? You think I want to give him snacks? Am I a movie star? No. Well, nice to meet you, guy from South Africa. How are you today? My coffee's running a little bit low. Do we have a glorious audience today? We got a glorious audience. Everyone loves snacks. I doubt this guy's gonna love snacks. I would describe this guy and my relationship as tenuous at best. I'm not totally sure. Sometimes I'll post words of the day. I'm not totally sure if I could define tenuous right now, so I won't. So I may have misused it, and if I did, I mean, my apologies, but I don't think that he'd have any cookies that I baked him. I'd be surprised if he drinks a cup of coffee. We'll see. Let's see. We have a strained relationship? I don't know that we have a relationship, really. Or what relationship we have. Do you guys know what a proctologist is? I think he's a guy that looks up your butt. It's not a proctologist coming over at 10 o'clock today, but it kind of feels like it. Kind of feels like I'm being probed or examined. Hey, he may get the gong. He may inquire about the gong. I'll explain it to him. Oh, I'll explain it to him. He may wonder why my candle's so low. It's funny, I was going to clean up for him, but this is my apartment. I mean, I might just clean up a little bit just because I have a human being coming over. But my apartment's pretty darn clean normally. Am I dating a man? No, I'm not dating a man. If I was, I'd bake cookies. I'm flirting with this woman that runs a store in downtown Appleton. And when I say flirting, I've only talked to her twice. But she's cute and she's age appropriate. I'll keep you posted. She was too busy at work yesterday. She had lots of guests and customers at her store. The downtown was quite packed. Will I go live with him here? No, I won't. I will have a great day, and God has blessed me. Thank you. Age appropriate, so 25. I mean, I haven't actually carded her, so I'm not totally sure her age, but we talked for over an hour the first time. I'm not sure her age, but yeah. So, anyway, I got some more coffee over there. I don't know if we want to keep talking, but it is a glorious audience. Well, Devin, thank you for joining. Marcus Roth wants me to estimate. No, because if I do, I get in trouble. Julie, age is just a number. Flanagan thinks, oh, she's got to be above 50, which kind of contradicts that age is just a number. Women get mad at you if you're 57. And right, Julie, you said that. Age is just a number, but then she must be above 50. Mixed messages, hello. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll guess this woman is 44. That'd be my guess. Well, Stank Nasty, I'm not going to repeat that. But it makes me laugh. Oh yeah, Julie, you say it's fine. Now you say it's fine. But I know you said she has to be at least 50. You did. I remember. The scar is deep from that one. Julie's not jealous. Julie's got a very handsome man. She does. I'm going to need a new candle soon. You're right. Rach says, you respect a man if he respects you. It goes both ways. What are you doing here? Hi, how are you? What's up? I'm going to go get more coffee. I'm going to leave my bear's blanket like that. I know you're jealous of my bear's blanket. What am I doing here? I'm just drinking coffee and talking. That's kind of what I do. That's what Coffee with Ken is. I drink coffee and I talk. And you guys talk too. It's fun. Most content creators out there have some agenda. Not me. I am agendaless. I'm excited about tomorrow, by the way. I'm scared, but excited. I have a new job I'm starting tomorrow. I work 2 jobs currently. I worked yesterday and the day before, and I'm supposed to work today. They're okay, but I'm not sure they feed my soul. And I'm hoping tomorrow's job feeds my soul. Somebody says my sink is shiny. It's funny you say that, and I look over. I mean, it's stainless steel, so it has some shine to it, but it actually isn't as shiny as I'd like it. I'm fairly, I'd say I'm anal and I like it clean, but I can handle a little bit of yuck. Like I got water spots. I'm looking over there on my fridge and on my, it could use a good shining. Morning, Barry. How are you? Which shirt? This shirt? Oh, don't worry. Hey, Barry, I bought this shirt while you were in communist China, ironically. Do I own guns? No, I do not own any guns. Hello, Cactus Clean. How are you? I am in Wisconsin, but I don't own guns. I'm a fib. I'm originally from Illinois. Although, let me tell you what. My little sister had a gun. My dad, my brother had guns. They were like Christian Fox News watchers and felt probably that they needed to get armed up in case the government tried to come and take their guns. But I've never been that way. I think if I owned a gun, I don't know. I just don't have any desire. I don't want to kill anything. People often ask if I'm a cop. Nah, I wouldn't have wanted to be a cop. I would have been an awesome fireman, though. Falcon Man said, I move once a year and behaves rudely when he's going to leave. You mean like move from my chair? Or do you move, you mean like move homes or move from states? I mean, I lived in Illinois all my life, except in February. So I certainly don't move from states all the time. I mean, I lived in Wyoming a couple months last year. But I don't move all the time. I move cities. Not really. I mean, I lived in Naperville and Downers Grove really all my life. I mean, I came up to Appleton in February. But I wouldn't say that means I move every year. I mean, I happen to move this year. That's a far cry from moving every year. What's my favorite band? I'm going to say Led Zeppelin. And I'm not... I don't listen to Led Zeppelin really. But I kind of think they're the coolest band of all time. I just think everything about them's pretty cool. They meant a lot to me as I was growing up. And right now I just kind of listen to, if I'm going to throw something on the radio, it's probably going to be pop country or something. But if I had to pick one band, I'd say Led Zeppelin. Stevie K said, that's a good choice. They were bigger than the Beatles at one point. A not very often well-known fact is the Monkees, in 1 year in the late 60s, sold more albums than the Beatles and the Rolling Stones combined. But yeah, no, I like the Zeppelin a lot. But the Zeppelin started in 69, and then didn't the Beatles end in like 70? Why am I looking like Nanook of the North? Well, for multiple reasons. Because there was a little chill in the air in my apartment. Because my blanket wasn't folded up. Because I started the show on my futon. Because it's a Bears blanket and it kind of annoys Julie Flanagan. Steely Dan. That's never... I don't love Steely Dan, Barry Stevens. But, I mean, it's cool you do. That's always been a band that, yeah. I look so Canadian. How do I look Canadian? I'm wearing a Chicago Bears thing and a United States flag shirt. I am cozy. It's a nice soft blanket. By the way, my older daughters, I've got 3 beautiful daughters, by the way. But my older daughters got me this one, too. Rach is talking about the Scorpions. I like the Scorpions a lot, too. Okay, well, I got an opportunity here. Stevie K likes Rush because you're Canadian. My cousin drum teacher was Neil Peart's first drum teacher. Well, he must have been old then, because Neil Peart started with Rush in, what, like 76 or something like that? Yeah, no, I like Rush too. Most of my life, my younger years, I listened to Rush probably more hours than any other band. Yeah, I listened to Rush. I would go to my buddy Jim's and we'd be in his basement. We'd be playing Dungeons and Dragons and we would listen to Rush, Led Zeppelin, and the Scorpions were probably the 3 bands we listened to on his record player. And I've listened to Rush more hours and know Rush better than any other band out there. So I've got a soft spot for sure. It's interesting. My buddy sent me a video from them, and they were at some like high school, like St. Mary's High School in somewhere in Canada in like 1974 or 3. And the drummer before Neil Peart said, "Hey, we're Rush. We're gonna play a song called Working Man." And they totally jammed. And they're playing for like a high school. I kid you not. You could probably search that up, Stevie K, if you care to. But wow. And they're playing like to a high school. And it was just super, super cool. And I forget the name of the guy, the original drummer, slipping my mind. Still Loving You by the Scorpions. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really cool because again, they're playing at like St. Mary's High School or something somewhere. And it was like 1974. And the dude that played the drums is the one talking. And I forget his name. He's the only one smiling in the very first album, the Rush album. But anyway, great song. Yeah, Ayn Rand did, or Ayn Rand. I guess Neil Peart was big into Ayn Rand or Anne Rand or whatever the name is. They were prog rock. I did a little research. I didn't know what prog rock was, but I heard something on a video about it. And they had like themed albums like Hemispheres or 2112 or what have you. What do we have, 74? 74 is the year. Yeah. It would have been awesome being a teen in the 70s. Well, if you were a teen in the 70s, you'd be about 70 years old right now. I was a kid in the 70s. I was born in 68. I think that was a good time to be born. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it was a glorious time to be born. Speaking of glorious, we've got a pretty glorious audience. We got 68 people watching. We got 49 thumbs up. We've been a little chintzy with the thumbs up today. But we got $7.99 in the kitty. Rachel said, so was my mom. Would I date a Hispanic woman? Sure, I think so. I never really have. Your mom misses the 60s. Huh. I mean, she was born in 63. She probably barely remembers the 60s. I mean, I was 10. I remember being 10. Now we have a glorious audience. We got 71 people watching. We got 53 thumbs up. Oh. I mean, I do an automatic like editing, or I read certain comments. And I ignore some of them too. Let's see, first time here. So it's all topics, but no politics, right? Well, you can't say it's all topics, but no politics. It's just all topics. I mean, again, sometimes I'll get annoyed. I'll be just waking up and somebody will ask me a big, heavy question. And I'll go, I don't know what to talk about. creation. I haven't even said good morning yet. So sometimes it takes me a little longer to get warmed up to the conversation. But I do. Somebody's eating pierogies. What do I do for a living? Am I working today? Mako, I am not working today. I was supposed to work today. But instead, I have a meeting today at 10 o'clock. That's 2 hours from now. If I wrap it up with you guys, I could probably go to the gym and get a little workout in before my meeting. That might not be a bad use of time. Today, if I go, it's the fitness room, where I flip over the tire 25 times once and then 25 times again. That's pretty darn tiring. But God commandeth his love toward us in that. Just went too quickly. I seem like a very settled man. Well, I appreciate that. I don't talk about what I do for work too often, but I'm a mega successful content creator, and I work hard. I have 3 other jobs as well. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do when I grow up. Most of my life I was a realtor or a stockbroker, and I was in sales, but I wasn't that good at sales. I'm not into money enough to be real good at sales, and I'm not much of a closer. Roadhouse is good. Roadhouse is good. Well, somebody says I have a pleasant voice. I appreciate that. I've been reading the Bible every night. If you just want to hear me talk, I'm reading the Bible 2 chapters at a time. And if you're here on YouTube, you can look up the entire reading on a Bible readings playlist. So the first 3 books are almost finished. So if you just want to hear me talk by reading the Bible, it's all there. Go Bears, you know it. I don't even know who they're playing. Stevie K saw the Bible reading last night. Well, thank you. Again, it's just me, I'm confused by the words in it and confused by the messages in it, and that's how our show started today. The Vikings are the Bears playing. Nice. Do I play Mobile Legends? No. Would I ever visit Poland? Yeah, I would. Poland is not a country that I can say is super high on my visit list. I feel for Poland historically. It has been a battle zone in a lot of wars, and occupied and unoccupied a lot. I'm not sure. I'm wondering how much history is still there, or has it been decimated from the world wars that it went through. I would love to go to various places. I watched a movie last night, and I've talked about visiting Argentina a bunch on my show. In a movie I watched last night, a guy was in Argentina, and it looked kind of nice. In England, when you join the army, you are given the Bible. Somebody wonders if Gen X will get Social Security. Again, I have no great plans for retirement, no great desire to retire, and no great financial security for retirement. So I should be worried about Social Security, but I'm not. I mean, I don't know if being worried about anything does any good. Oh, it's nice. I'm telling you, I'm drinking a nice pot of pumpkin spice. What shampoo do I use? Irish Spring. You were given Bibles as kids in England too. Okay. I can afford to be drunk until you're 78. Aside from that, there's always prison. Well, Fred, at least you've got a plan. What if homeless people didn't worry about anything? They'd stay homeless, says Craig. Well, they usually probably do stay homeless. Stink Nasty worries that his biggest fear is that he'll miss the Coffee with Ken stream. I appreciate that, Stink. If you're going to worry about anything, that's a good thing to worry about. UPS is paying $32 an hour for overnight loading. Sounds about, I'm not surprised. It'd be tough working overnight, but for $32 an hour, that's pretty good money. Yeah. James Salt said he stopped doing prayers at school when he was 10 because a Turkish girl joined. You mean because she was Muslim and they didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable? That's so Gen X, so. Rachel, you're really focused on the generations. You worked nights for a little more than 7 years, then you went crazy. Like you went crazy like you were frustrated, or you actually went crazy? Like blah, 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 crazy. Oh, well, I don't know. It's been a glorious audience. It still is a glorious audience. Good morning, Opal. Look at that. We got two green names and a blue name. Crazy week in the news. Barry, I'm not familiar. What happened in the news this week that was so crazy? Besides, you came back from China. I didn't see anything really fascinating in the news. I don't watch much in the news. Somebody said crab cakes are better than pierogies. I like that we're still discussing pierogies. Keith. Well, I like to ignore the first hostile comment or two. I don't like to bring out the gong prematurely. I mean, I could keep talking. I'd have to get the charger out though. I don't know if you want me to keep talking or if I should go to the gym. I mean, I don't need to go to the gym. I'm already buff as heck. What I need to do is probably lose 5 or 10 pounds, but I just don't want to. I mean, I kind of want to, but not want to bad enough. You're not sure if you should talk about this week's news. Okay, well, either do or don't. It doesn't matter. You thought I was going to bake cookies? I was never going to bake cookies. I had no plans. All right, well, I don't want to be rushed. So you guys sit here. Hold on, I'm going to turn it to my fireplace. You guys sit there and relax. How many of you guys know why I bought this? I bought this about a year ago. I'm wondering who's been watching long enough to know why I got it. It was a specific need. Let's see. There we go. I better get some more coffee and wrap my blankie around me. I wouldn't want to get cold. My right leg's been hurting lately. My right knee area. I think work's been tough on me lately. It'll be nice to do a job tomorrow that shouldn't be taxing on my legs. It looks like a great day behind me. Yeah, no, it looks beautiful out there. We shouldn't all be on our phone. We should be out there frolicking outside. Kara says, is it a bit chilly? I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of enjoying wearing my Bears blanket today. Oh. But anyway, it's Sunday morning. It's 8:05. I've got somebody coming over at 10 o'clock today. And looking forward to that, I guess. Honestly, I'm looking forward to that being done. But either way, so is he probably. And after that, I've got nothing planned the rest of my day. What do I think about the future world with global technology? I don't know. What do I think about the future world with global technology? I don't know. Do some shorts today. Mako, you know I'm going to do some shorts. Does my head get cold not having hair? I mean, yeah, a little bit. You're going to church soon. Great job, Fatty Cakes. I think it's awesome you're going to church. I honestly wish I was able to today. It's a nice thing for me. Kara is outside sitting, doing some, oh. Well, that sounds very nice, Kara. You have such a sweet name for what you're doing. You definitely do get cold without hair. See, I'm not sure. Because I'm more likely to wear a hat because I'm bald. And I'm not worried about my hair getting staticky or hat head. So I'm not sure. I almost think the lack of hair helps you stay warm because you're more likely to wear a hat, if that makes any sense to you. Has Appleton put up lights? They had something going on last night. There was a big Christmas event in downtown Appleton that I kind of strolled through. And yeah. But anyway, it is Sunday morning, and we've had a glorious audience today. I've got a hot cup of, pumpkin spice coffee. I have about an hour and 45 minutes till I have something to do. I might take care of some stuff here at home, go get a quick workout, come back and be ready for my 10 o'clock meeting today. And I am looking forward to my day. It is Sunday morning, the sky is blue, the sun is coming up, and I hope you're looking forward to your day as well. I hope your weekend is going well. I hope your coffee is hot, your spirit is full, your mind is at peace, you're loving yourself, you are forgiving yourself,
And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.